Welcome back to more 2d6 Dungeon down on level 7. I've just ended the previous recording a few seconds ago, and let's continue on down from room 2 to the right, where we just found some tools last time. So this will be an awkward place for corridor, but oh well. And 3 doors seems like it won't happen down here. Yeah, this is just gonna have one more door. Let's just move straight onwards from there. A 6x4 with 2 doors. Interesting. I think we'll definitely connect that up like that because it borders that, and put one door up here and actually one going upwards, because I don't think that counts as an extra door if you just connect it up to an existing one. And this will be room 3 on this floor. And let's see what it holds. So this is a normal sized room because it's just got 24 squares, 2 and a 1. That is a shadowy office. And that says in the unique column 50% yes. And as far as I know, this 50% or these percentages, which are new here, mean that you have to have the floor explored by that degree to encounter the room. So I think because we have not yet explored 50% of the floor, we have to reroll that. I'll quickly double check just so I don't go making a mistake here. Okay, I've just checked back that section of the rules, which has been a while since I read that because we have not rolled one of those, I think ever. And yeah, it says the percentage roughly has to be explored before the room appears, and if you roll it before that percentage, we roll. And then there's a paragraph here which is a bit worrying. If the level has a boss room, because these rooms are kind of boss-ish rooms or encounters rooms meant for late in the level, obviously. And if you don't roll it during the level, add it as the last room. So that's basically a rule that ensures you will find a sort of boss encounter or last encounter before heading down, which I've just been artificially doing by rolling and looking to see and then deciding that a last room going down, yeah, you know, is something interesting, or kind of trying to ensure that. But that's something I completely ignored because I just didn't remember. I knew about that percentage with the rooms and we never rolled one. So if there's more than one special unique room, which these are special unique rooms, at least one must be encountered on the level, and if left until the last room, randomly determine which one is selected. And yeah, so that's a huge oversight, which means we might have had some more, I don't know if they contain story, but yeah, sort of pre-written encounters between each level. And I thought this started now, because this was the first time we rolled one, but apparently there's already one on level 2, for example. So I'll quickly have to check, but I don't really know what to do about that. I don't think we can do much. We'll just have to keep that in mind from now on. Now that's pretty late to realize down on level 7, but we'll do it like that from now on. I just completely missed that part of the rules, or I read it and forgot, which kind of sucks because that sounds like it would be a little bit more fun even still, just having these sort of final encounters on each floor. Yeah, I'm a bit bummed about that, but I don't know how to remedy that now. I don't think we really can, and it does not make sense to go back and fight level 2 rooms now just because we didn't back then. Yeah, but that might explain why we've had a bit of an easy time sometimes going down to the next level, because I'm assuming that those rooms hold strong enemies. Okay, so as a bit of a consolation, I've just gone through the rooms tables and looked how many of those rooms we missed. And I scrolled through, and I think the reason we did not roll one before and hadn't noticed them before is there's been only 2 so far. So maybe it picks up here, but we've only missed of those super special unique rooms, if the focus could reveal it to us, the one on level 2, which is the throne room, and the one on level 4, which is a Zordian den. And that's all I could find. And in level 2 in the throne room, you would have fought an overlord apparently, and in the Zordian den, some sort of Zordian enemy, which we did not. So those would have probably been like mini bosses or bosses, which we missed, which sucks, but makes no sense to go back. If we'd found one for the end of level 6 as well, I might have thrown that one in here, because we just came from there, so it might still be sort of fitting for a level, but I'm not gonna go back and fight lower level bosses just to get maybe loot or whatever from them, what you might get. I think we've had an easier time due to not fighting them, but then we'll also not gain the spoils, basically. And that'll be fine for now. So I was worried we missed basically 6 of those rooms, 1 for each floor. But as far as I can tell, we've only missed 2. And we'll keep the rule in mind from now on. And yeah, I don't know. Sucks, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Which is a very roundabout way of saying we won't be facing the shadowy office yet, because we've not explored 50% yet. And there's actually 2 special unique rooms on level 7, one of which we'll have to find, the Fur Lounge and the shadowy office, so we'll have to keep that in mind for later. So I'll re-roll this into a 5 and a 6, which is, funnily enough, that's the Fur Lounge. Okay, so now the game really wants to drive home the point. So the Fur Lounge is unique, and we have to explore 75% of the floor before facing it. So let's reroll that again. 5 and a 2, a carcass house. Now that sounds lovely and is unique. Carcasses hang from the ceiling. The smell is intense. I think intense is a bit of a euphemism there. Someone stands at one, cutting meat. It is a Vodillian brawler, come for dry rations. You must fight, and if you survive, you gain a ration. Okay, and that's got reinforced doors. And those Vodillian brawlers, we've now fought, I don't know how many of them, but I'm guessing he won't be too big of a problem, although he's stronger than that red guard. So 35 HP, which I try to do very quickly here. And if I remember correctly, he has hurt us in the past, or those kind of enemies have hurt us in the past, but do give 450 XP, which is great. Have a quick look at the interrupts and maneuvers. So the forearm block, I don't know what's up with the autofocus today. Forearm block on primary 2s and 3s, again hits both a swooping spin and violent cleave, and does 2 less damage then, similar to the red guard. And the leather straps on secondary 4s and 6s luckily don't affect the sharp pummel, so our attacks basically do the same damage they do against the red guard. And the brawler has a 2 and a 3 for a slam, and a 3 and a 1 for a mighty blow. 2 and the 3 will be able to block with any of our 3 armor pieces, but the 3 and the 1 we can't, which is what has hurt us before. But now we can, using, at least once, we can, using our new fancy rune, our magic sword. So I'm already loving that option, that this Bell Sonic Rune, I think it was called, gives us. Okay, apart from that, let's just start the fight by attacking. We've rolled a 5 and a 4, which we can definitely shift to a sharp pummel for d6 plus 7 right out of the gate. And that's 10 damage. That's a nice way to start a fight, I'd say. At least for us. Have him attack us. 6 and a 3. He only has 2 shift, so can't get to the Mighty Blow or the Slam, so that's a miss. Let's attack ourselves. 6 and a 4, almost an exact strike. Would have been a heavy slash back then, if you remember. But that'll just be another sharp pummel, so d6 plus 7. And that's a 6, so 13 damage. Which I'll quickly do like that. So what's that? We've done 10 and 13, so 23 damage. Should be at 12. Yeah, that's correct. So I've done that correctly. And he rolls a double 5. Again, with only 2 shift, that doesn't do him any good. Let's attack. 1 and a 5. Now that is not as great for us as the previous rolls, but d6 plus 5 will just be d6 plus 3 because of his interrupts. So 6 damage. Leaving him at 6, which seems like we can take him out next turn. 1 and a 2, he's just rolling badly, or bad. Actually, that works for him, because that can be turned into a slam at least. d6 plus 3 damage. I'm confident we'll kill him next round, so I'm gonna use, instead of my armor pieces, the sword to deflect this, although we would have armor that could be used there. So let's use the longsword, because the 2 matches a violent cleave, which will reduce the slam damage from d6 plus 3 down to d6 minus 2. So quite the difference. And that's a 4. So we take 2 damage. Done more than the red guard to us, but I think we're looking absolutely fine. 1 bonus shift. Let's try to kill him here. So that is annoying. 4 shift won't be enough to get to the sharp pummel, so we'll do one of the other maneuvers. d6 plus 3. And that's just a 1. Okay, so I might have been too confident. But that's only 4 damage, so he's left at 2. And now has another chance to hit us. 4. 4 and a 3. With 3 shift. Can turn that into another slam, which is annoying. Can he turn that into the Mighty Blow? He can. And I think he'll have to, because we don't have armor protecting against that. So 2 down for that, and 1 down from there. Mighty Blow, d3 plus 4, which we don't have anything that protects us there. Annoying, so that's where we ideally should have used the sword. And that's a d3 rolling a 3, so 7 damage, putting us at 65. Yeah, so our gamble didn't pay off. I thought we'd prevent more damage and then kill him from the first attack, though we could have used our armor. But in this case, it would have obviously been better to use the -3 on the previous round and use the -5 here. Oh well. Can't see the future, so that's that. Let's attack and kill him now, obviously. Or hopefully, sorry. Yeah, so that'll be d6 plus 3. 5 damage. That was guaranteed to kill him. Annoying, we took that hit, that nasty 7 damage hit in the end, but still, all in all, a fine fight, I'd say. So, 450 XP for us, which I'll note down here. Putting us at 6,600 and 84. And then we roll on pouch table 2 plus 2 and get 2d6 gold coins. Let's start with the gold. 10. That's a great roll. We do want to save up money for better armor. And pouch table 2 plus 2. Let's see, do I have that open here somewhere? I don't. So let's hope for a great roll. Average. So 6 plus 2 is 8. Tucked inside is a lockpick plus 2, two of them, and some Maleko leaves. Okay, so Maleko leaves. Put one more there. We have room for that still. Now we're at 6. And lockpicks, I'll see where I'll note down those. Maybe here. We have plenty of lockpicks at the moment. And that was a lockpick plus 2, two of them. So in between the lockpicks we have, because we had plus 1 and plus 3 lockpicks so far, why not? We have the full range now. Though I don't know if they go even higher maybe. But that will be the prep room, I think. No, that's not the prep room, it's the carcass house. Not quite. If we survive, we gain a ration. Alright. Now we're done with the carcass house. Let's try the door going up from here, the reinforced one. That's locked. And it's locked at a 2. Okay, so we're guaranteed to open that because we have plus 4 precision. So yeah, 7 plus 4 is 11. So we touch the door and it opens magically at our touch. Let's roll for the room of another 4 by 6. That's the exact size we had in the carcass house. And this only has one door. So I'm guessing I'll just put those in a neat row, with the doors going the same way. Though I should probably really have some doors going to the right as well. We can down there, if we so desire. Let's roll on the rooms table. 5 and a 3. That is an empty cell. And that's got reinforced doors and is unique. Yeah, so definitely the doors down here, more and more tougher doors, so probably we'll be using more of our lockpicks. The empty cell says, in this space is a large inbuilt cage, door open. Inside is a bed of straw and animal feces. That does not bode well. You can search the straw. Roll a d6, add your discipline. On a 7 or higher you find a lockpick plus 2. 1. Okay, so I thought when it said the door was open and there were animal feces that there was some kind of animal in the room as well. But does not seem to be the case. Let's just roll d6, adding our discipline, which is 4, so 8. So 7 or higher, we find a lockpick plus 2, one of them. We'll just note that down from pen with the other ones we just found. Sudden influx of lockpicks here. Don't know what that means for us. Let's try the reinforced door. That's open. Go through there into a 4 by 3 with 2 more doors. This is a very neat and orderly dungeon so far. And I kind of like it. Roll for the room. 6 and a 2. Hanging cages. Now, the reason I sounded so, well, happy there, if I did, is there are several empty cages here. Some hang precariously from the ceiling above you, and this is part of a room sequence. Only a sequence of 2 rooms, but this is the first one in the sequence and leads to the messy den afterwards. And that's unique. As you enter, they begin to fall. Roll a d6. On a 5 or below, one strikes you, causing 5 damage. Without any modifiers or discipline, that's nasty. So only if we roll a 6, we don't take damage, really. Huh. No such luck, so we get hit by one of the cages, taking 5 damage, right? Exactly. Just like that. And that's the whole room, and this will lead on to the messy den. Let's have that going up, rolling, so a 5 by 2 will be the messy den with another door leading off from it. Have that going straight as well. Oh, and the hanging cages had archways, so don't have to bother with a door. And this is now the messy den. So the way these sequences work, you roll the rooms normally, but it's predetermined what kind of room it will be. So we just now read out the messy den. This room is littered with bones and dirt. In a corner, a scale hound laps water from a barrel. So the scale hound has 50 HP, drops a set of fangs without becoming bloodied, which is nice if we want to offer that, but not worth a lot of money, I think. And has quite the nasty interrupt on primary 2s, 4s and 6s, which will hit our sharp pummel and our violent cleave, taking those down by 3 damage each, meaning the sharp pummel will be doing less damage than the swooping spin. Got the 4 and the 1 and the 5 and the 5, double 5. Now at least we have armor for both of those. Interestingly, the 4 and the 1 we can't even use a rune on because that does not match any of our weapon maneuvers. Although only one die has to match, we don't have any primary 4s or secondary 1s. We do have a secondary 5 on the sharp pummel, so we can at least block the crazed mauling ones. But yeah, so this seems nasty, and this is a level 6 enemy. Sorry for the focus going crazy there. And the damage, 2d6 plus 2 and 3d3 plus 2. That's insane, that's definitely scary. So I've already put in the 50 HP. Let's see here, we don't have a throwing axe. We could use a paralysis scroll here. I think I might do that. Let's read up on that. So to use the magic scroll, we first of all use it. It is used up every time, so we have to get rid of it because it crumbles, if successful or not. And this one does not have any dispel doubles, which will be important in a moment. Now we've done this once before with the melt metal scroll at the very beginning, but I don't really remember the details, so I'll walk through this step by step again. So we use up the scroll. This will use our combat turn, or this means the enemy attacks first. So now we'll just roll, and if we roll doubles, it's successful. And if we don't, it's not. But we can use our discipline to shift the dice towards a double. With 4 discipline, thanks to our ring, seems very possible for us. Let's see, yeah, so that is an easy shift to a double 3 or double 2, does not matter. Some scrolls have doubles that sort of don't count, which are the dispel doubles, so you can't use every double. Might be any double except for a double 1 or something like that. And if you fail, you have to roll on the fail to cast correctly table, which is like a fumble, I guess. Fumble roll. And that's actually what our ring really helps us with. Okay, so the one discipline makes the casting easier, but that's for every kind of scroll, I guess, because it's just flat discipline. But the Psyche type scrolls, we get a +1 on the fail to cast roll. So I'm guessing that means we don't suffer as bad effects if we fail to cast those. I'm not sure. So I didn't know exactly how that worked and hadn't read up, so I thought the ring would make Psyche easier to cast, but it's actually, I think it makes it less bad to fail and every kind of scroll easier to cast because of the discipline. So in this case we succeed and we get 3 free swings, which I guess I'll just do in quick succession here. Again, we're trying to do the swooping spin because it does the most damage. 3 and a 5, we can definitely do a swooping spin there, so d6 plus 5, that's 8 damage. Let's do our next swing. Double 3, we can definitely shift that down to another swooping spin, so d6 plus 5 again. That's 9 damage even. And our final free swing, 1 and a 3. Now that, actually we can turn that just barely, can turn that into a swooping spin again. So another d6 plus 5. This is going great. Just a 1, but still 6 damage. And we've already done 23 damage to the hound before he even hits us. Or it even hits us. So that seems great, and actually I think the scroll was not that expensive. I might have to load up on more magic scrolls now that I know how to use them. And especially with the paralysis scroll, you don't really suffer the penalty of missing your attack for using the scroll, right? Because you gain the 3 attacks anyways. So it might as well just be 2 free attacks and you don't miss your attack. So yeah, I'm really liking that. Sad I didn't load up on more of those, but we'll have to do that next time we're in town. Let's have the Scalehound attack us. Yeah, and so this is all at the start of combat round 1. At least that's the way I'm interpreting this, because it just says 3 free swings. I'm guessing those are all in 1 round and not that he's stunned for 3 rounds and we just swing freely. So I'm gonna keep the fatigue die at 1 for now. So he rolls a 1 and a 2, or it. With 2 shift, that's luckily a miss. I don't really want to get hit by those crazy attacks. Let's roll ourselves. 3 and a 5. This is going great. We've already rolled a swooping spin 4 times. So 4d4 plus 20. Basically. In sum. So this was another 10 damage. So we've done 33 damage already. And that was the, I guess, start of round 2, right? Because I let him attack for round 1, so this will now still be round 2. The dog attacking. Ooh, and that seems bad. So that'll be a double 5, which is the Crazed Mauling. 3d3 plus 2 damage. Now, I said earlier that we can't use our special bell ability on the heavy barge, so we might as well just use it on the Crazed Mauling as soon as we get a chance. So I'll use it here, because our Sharp Pummel matches the secondary 2. So 3 plus 2 minus 5, so it'll be 3d3 minus 3. Let's roll those. So 2, 2, 2. So 6 minus 3 because of our interrupt. So that'll only be 3 damage. We got away lucky there, I'd say. putting us at 57 total HP. And concluding combat round 2. Let's do round 3. Doubles for us, and that's another swooping spin. Okay, so we're getting super lucky with our attacks here. D6 plus 5, and as I say that, I roll a 1. So 6 damage only, leaving the Hound or Scale Hound at 11 HP. Let's get attacked ourselves. That's an exact roll of our swooping spin. And for the Hound, that's the heavy barge. So by shifting this down 1 and this up 1, it's the 4 and the 1. Now a great helm protects against that. So it'll be 2d6 plus 2 minus 3. So 2d6 minus 1. But that still has the potential of being really bad. And it kind of was. So this is, I guess with the minus 1, kind of average 7 damage. Oof. So already taken 10 damage during this fight. And that was round 3 of combat. Let's start round 4 with our extra shift and hope to do 11 now. 11 damage. 4 and a 3. Now that can definitely be turned into another swooping spin, and I will. So d6 plus 5 again. Now we'd have to roll a 6 here to finish the fight. And we did! Oh, that's amazing. Okay, I am smiling big right now, so that's super lucky, 1 in 6 chance. I think otherwise we would have probably gotten hit again because the Hound had the bonus shift as well. But sometimes you just gotta get lucky. So that's that fight, giving us 800 XP. Wow, okay. So that'll put us at 7,484. Could have written that down a bit prettier, but okay, I think it's readable. And a set of fangs without becoming bloodied. No great treasure. Weirdly enough, dogs don't seem to carry a lot of cash with them. So, set of fangs. But we can donate that. So why not? And the XP is great to have. Now do we do another room? This has already been 5 rooms. Okay, I think one more, right? So this was the end of that room sequence because it was only a sequence of 2 rooms. Actually, we still have to do the whole room. There's some rolls left. I don't even know if I read that out. So it says you must fight the animal, which we just did. If you survive, you find a concealed hatch and roll on SECT2 plus 2. So that's another roll with a good modifier. So I guess that makes up for the fact that the Hound doesn't carry any loot. SECT2 is the secret hatch table plus 2. And that's an 8 plus 2. There is some silver and gold jewelry shoved in here worth 10d6 silver and 2d6 plus 20 gold. That is a lot. Okay, 10d6 silver. Really. So I'll roll 5d6 twice. So that is 15 plus another, what's that? 16, I believe. So 31 silver. Not too bad, putting us at 49. And now the gold. 2d6 plus 20. And that's a good roll, so 29 gold there. Not too bad, so putting us at 251. Slowly climbing our way up to that fancy armor. Don't even know if that will be worth it or if we should just buy more paralysis scrolls and healing potions. Well, let's actually, now that we have the chance, use a dose of our healing balm, maybe, because we have it and we can only use it once per room. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, so we've got 4 doses of that. I'll reduce that down to 3. Okay, so that just brought us back up to 60, and I've got to remember to use that. So although we're taking a lot of damage from these fights, we still are filled up on extra healing potions. We've got a gain health potion, we've got 3 doses of healing balm, we've got enough Maleko leaves and I think some other ingredients, I think the Ilias petals it was, to make even more healing balm, and possibly even some health paste, and yeah, so I think we are more than fine still. Although this is kind of scary because this was just a dog, a random dog. So who knows what this floor holds for us. Let's, because I said so, do one last room. I just can't resist. Let's maybe go upwards here. Or actually, let's go back and to the right from room number 5. 3 by 1, that's just a corridor. And it's a dead end. Okay, exciting last room. Great stuff. No, okay, so let's now go up there. I don't want to end it on a corridor. So that's another corridor. 1 door there. I put that like that. Let's maybe go to the right from there, because I don't want to end it on a corridor. Ooh, and that's far from a corridor, so that's a 6 by 6, and that won't really fit in there. Okay, tell you what. Let's roll for doors first, so it's got 1 extra door. I'll put the room here and just connect it up via a little corridor. I know I just said I don't want more corridors, and now I am putting in an extra one, but just can never be satisfied, I guess. Just because that way the room fits in there much nicer. And we have to roll on the level 7 large room table, which I am curious what that holds for us. A6, a necropsy chamber. That does not sound pleasant. Necropsy chamber. And that has reinforced doors, I believe, yes. And is unique. Around the walls are stone ledges. On these are a range of animals, all of which have had an autopsy. Roll on interruptions and unexpected, table 4. I do still have that open, so that'll be quick. And another double 6. Oh wow, okay. You notice a pressure pad in one of these stones on the floor. If you decide to stand on it, roll a d6. On a 1 or 2, a loud sound calls a patrol, which have us roll on the level 7 patrol table. On a 3 to 4, any portcullises in the room open. And on a 5 to 6, nothing happens because the mechanism must be broken. Okay, so usually I'm one to push every button, flick every switch, and stand on every pressure plate just for fun. But I think in this case, all we'd be doing is calling a patrol, and there's a 2/3 chance of just nothing happening. So let's not run the risk. I think we'll have enough fights on our hands as it is on this floor. So that was the necropsy chamber, I think. Yeah. Okay, not very eventful, but sure. Let's end it on that note. We've explored a whole row of rooms down here, and have fought a creepy scale hound that was kind of scary, but I think we're looking fine and have to just push onwards. Now we do know that at the end of level 7 we will be facing one of those, what was it, the fur room or the shady office? Yeah, so this might hold a mini boss slash boss encounter for us this level, which I'm excited for, but also a bit curious if that's gonna spell a doom, because we haven't had those yet, because I missed them. Yeah, still a bit annoyed about that. Okay. But on that note, thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.